The second important person in the Jewish Zionist history that was the enforcer of Theodore's Hertzel racist ideology was Gurion, David Ben-Gurion. David Ben-Gurion was the first prime minister of Israel. He declared the Jewish state of Israel in Palestine on May 15, 1948. And in that declaration, he stated that by October 1st, within 3.5 months of May 15, Israel will have a constitution. Came October 1st, there was no constitution. But nevertheless, he served as the prime minister of Israel. He was elected as the prime minister of Israel. And he knew that Israel does not have a constitution. Now, he was an educated man. I believe he studied law. He understood the importance of a constitution. And that's why he declared in the Declaration of Independence that he will have, or he or Israel will have, a constitution by October 1st, 1948. But he chose to ignore the fact that Israel never had a constitution, never had it by October 1st, never had it 74 years later. He realized that a constitution for a Jewish state is an impossibility. But nevertheless, he served as the prime minister. Now, what is that akin to? Let's imagine a developer who says, I am going to build a huge high-rise building that people will be able to live in it and enjoy life and enjoy safety. And within 3.5 months, I will have the blueprints, the engineering, the calculations to make that building safe and to build it in accordance with building code. And then 3.5 months later, there are no plans, no calculations, no engineering, and nevertheless, he builds the high-rise building. He builds it knowing that people are going to live in it. Women, children, men are going to live in it that are not really cognizant of the requirement for engineering. But he himself knows that engineering is required to have a safe building. And he even becomes the head of the building, knowing that all the people around him are living in a building that was built without engineering. Would you call that person an honest person? Would you call him a visionary? No. He would not be a visionary. He would not be an honest person. He is a person that puts the people that live with him in the building and himself at risk. That's exactly what Ben-Gurion has done. He puts the people in Israel at risk. Now, in order to create a Jewish state, he chose another alternative, and that is to expel the Palestinians. He expelled 750,000 Palestinians and refused to allow them to return. That's against any theory of fair, honest, democratic constitution. Refused to let them return. Now, what was his expectations? That they are going to forget? That they are going to forgive? That their ancestors who lived there will be ignored? that the ancestor of the Palestinians now will be ignored? That the children of the Palestinians will forgive and forget? No, he put the Jewish people and the Palestinian people on a trajectory of constant war based on a constitution, based on religion, knowing that he could have done otherwise. But he ignored that fact. Check the Declaration of Independence. He, David Ben-Gurion, stated that it will have a constitution by October 1st, 1948. So, David Ben-Gurion became the enforcer of Theodore Hertzel, who had a racist ideology, and David Ben-Gurion continued with that racist ideology to the detriment of the Jewish people and the Palestinian people, because since then, the Jewish people and the Palestinian people are fighting, are dying unnecessarily. David Ben-Gurion had a moment in history where he could have created a true, honest democracy, that everyone is equal. He should have fought for a democracy rather than fighting the Palestinians. I'm not denying the Jewish people's